talking YouTubes, what's going on? A lot of stuff to get into today. The volumes are up, the rates are following. Flatbeds in the south are on fire. Dry van volumes and rates are slowly going up, and the reefers are making a comeback as well. China tariffs supposedly are finally done today, but now we're getting into it with Canada with their tariffs, and we stopped negotiating with them. So let's get into the market with the dry vans, the flatbeds, and reefers, and let's see what's going on. Let's get into it right now. Okay, let's start with the dry vans here. Let's take a look at the hot market map for the dry vans. We'll start with Los Angeles. As you can see right here, over 9,000 loads posted, 1,400 trucks. Looks like Los Angeles is finally like getting hot again. The news with the China tariffs is definitely going to help Los Angeles area for sure because all the Chinese freight is going to start coming back. Ontario market is picking up as well, over 7,000 loads, 1,300 trucks. Phoenix is not looking too good. It does show dark red, but that's a big area to cover, so I wouldn't get too excited about it. Fort Worth, 3,100 loads, 282 trucks. Still, pretty good area. Dallas, absolutely smoking, 7,400 trucks, 899, loads, 899 trucks. Laredo market is looking pretty good as well. And then we got McAllen market. It is looking, not bad. Over 2,000 loads, 127 trucks. This is not 100% accurate, but more or less you can see the bigger the gap between loads posted and trucks, the better it is. Houston, we got smoking 8,300 loads plus 711 trucks only posted. Super good. Florida, I don't trust it, so I didn't want to get into it. I want to give no advice about Florida. Little Rock market kind of cooled down a little bit. The numbers were super hot. Still good, but not as good as it was. Memphis doing decent for sure. Atlanta absolutely smoking as well. Almost 10,000 loads, under 1,000 trucks. Charlotte market doing super good as well. 5,200 loads, 363 trucks today. I mean, there's a lot of good areas for driving. It's picking up. Ohio surprisingly picked up too. Columbus market finally getting some traction. Cleveland market doing pretty good. Pennsylvania too coming up here too. Obviously, it's a backhaul state, so the race might not be as good, but the volume is there, so you should be able to catch some kind of decent load. And northern New Jersey absolutely smoking right now. Look at that, 6,200 loads, 600 trucks. Baltimore doing all right too, 2,500 loads, 297 trucks. I mean, you could take a look here. You want to pause, zoom in, kind of check out the hot markets. Just because it's red, like I said, does not mean it's hot, but the markets we showed that are good, there's a huge gap between the loads posted and the trucks. So this is the dry vans. Let's move on to the flatbeds. All right, so here we got the flatbed market. California is doing like decent, I guess, nothing too crazy. 2,200 loads, 74 trucks, nothing to get excited about. Same thing for here. These should not be hot markets, in my opinion. Phoenix, same thing, nothing good. Then we start moving into Texas. Fort Worth is doing all right. That's some pretty big numbers, 3,486. Dallas, better, 4,400 loads, 145 trucks. Houston, absolutely on fire. Almost 11,000 loads posted today, 261 trucks. Again, this is not 100% accurate, but you could use this to judge if the market's going to be good or not, and if you're going to have the advantage to negotiate, So I know a lot of people are going to be in the comments like, oh, some people don't post their trucks. I get it, man, but if you're just going to markets blind, you're not doing yourself a favor. So using this to judge the market is 100% better than going in blind. Look at that, Northern Louisiana market, almost 5,000 loads, 21 trucks. New Orleans market, over 3,000. I mean, dude, Little Rock has absolutely been killing it. 9,100 loads, 42 trucks. Memphis is surprisingly the worst one so far out of the South over here. I mean, just look at these numbers. When I'm doing this, just look at these numbers up here. The loads posted to trucks posted, right? Atlanta kind of cooled down a little bit. Charlotte, this one, I wouldn't be too excited about with a flatbed, but at least you're close to the good markets. Savannah's been doing pretty good. 3,300 loads, 46 trucks. Florida, I stay away from. I don't like it. St. Louis, nothing to get excited about. Ohio as well. Cleveland, semi-decent. Pittsburgh area, semi-decent. Central PA, kind of like halfway decent. So right now, if you got a flatbed, you really need to be in the South, bounce around these areas and gain your money. So I'm going to zoom out again if you want to check it out. These are the markets. You can go to DAT under tools and market conditions with the upgraded version and see this map for yourself. You can search it current business day, prior 8 business day average, and the last 30-day business average. So these are the flatbeds. Let's move on to the reefers. Okay, over here, let's take a look at the reefer markets. As you can see, California still doing decent. I thought the numbers would be a lot crazier than they are, but not too bad. Obviously, got produce going on. LA's doing pretty decent for reefers. Ontario, not so much. Phoenix, I wouldn't trust it for this big of an area. Tucson, surprisingly, not as good as it should be. Right here, we got El Paso market, nothing crazy. Denver, wouldn't trust it for the life of me. I mean, there is some good color across the whole map, but just taking a look at like, the markets, I mean, Fort Worth, nothing. Dallas, halfway decent. Houston, halfway decent. Surprisingly, Arkansas, nothing going on. Memphis, I mean, these are red areas, but the load to truck ratios here are just not anything I get too excited about. New Orleans, nothing. Atlanta market so far the best one looks like for reefers, almost 6,000 loads, 400 trucks. Charlotte, nothing crazy. South Carolina, nothing. Orlando's saying 3,600 loads posted, 220 trucks. I'm not too familiar with like the reefers to be given like going on, but I just don't trust Florida. I have no idea if it's still watermelons or flowers or whatever. I mean, it's even showing Miami pretty good, so showing Florida pretty decent. So I mean, I don't know. Like I said, don't take my advice on reefers. I'm just here to show you the market. Indianapolis, nothing too crazy, but at least halfway decent. St. Louis, nothing crazy. Jersey, Northern Jersey, man. Northern Jersey's been hot for all the equipment, looks like. Almost 3,500 loads posted, 179 trucks. Michigan, nothing too crazy. Wisconsin, nothing too crazy. Minneapolis, wouldn't trust it. But I mean, overall, you see the reefer, map does have a lot of color to it. Like I said, I'm just not an expert in reefers, so I don't want to give like too much, like any kind of advice on what you do with the reefers. But just going over this map, these are the areas that look the most appealing to me. If I was dispatching, that I'll try to send them to with the best load to truck ratios. So here's a zoom out thing. If you want to take a look, or if you got DAT, you want to get the upgraded version, you could go there. It's under, like I said, tools and market conditions, and this is the reefers. Now let's get into the tariffs with China a little bit. So looking over these China tariffs, like I don't know, I thought it was a closed deal. I'm just doing the research as I'm here making this video, but it says framework finalized today, so I mean, it doesn't seem like it's an exact like done deal. But it says a framework that eases tariff tensions and resumes rare earth exports. China agreed to expedite shipments of critical minerals and magnets to the U.S., resolving previous export restrictions. Tariff adjustments: U.S. slashes Chinese import tariffs sharply from 145 to 30. Well, that's good. And it says another 90-day pause. We already had a 90-day pause. So I mean, it doesn't, it's good news, sure, but not the best news. China cuts their retaliatory tariffs on U.S. exports from 125 to 10%. Builds on, the same thing that it says basically from May 12th. U.S. stocks, obviously the stocks are going to go up. Crypto pumped already, so I mean that's normal. The deal may lead to extend tariff pauses through September, offering breathing room while broader trade negotiations continue. I mean, yeah, it doesn't, it doesn't seem like definitely a closed deal, so that's not good. China positions itself as a stabilizing global trader partner, commits to tech sharing and boosting domestic consumption. Okay, don't care about that. U.S. may reduce restriction on Chinese entities as student visa programs can. Okay, so basically short-term relief, nothing crazy. We just get the rare earth minerals that, that gonna expedite it, nothing crazy. 90-day pause, again, so it's not a finalized done deal. It's just another extension, just to try to resume negotiation. Yeah, so I mean, honestly, bro, I really thought this was gonna be more exciting news than it is. Just reading through it, just ChatGPT giving me a breakdown. Um, this is nothing finalized. I mean, great that there's a 90-day deal, but this is, to me, basically this is just kicking the can down the road. It's nothing like written in stone. It's nothing that we should be too excited about. So then once again, once the 90 days is up, then we're gonna be a whole thing. They need to just reach a deal and just get it over with. The way I was watching like this brief like Tic Tac videos and stuff like that today, it kind of made it seem like it was a bigger deal than it is. But in all reality, yes, it's good for the market short term, but for long term, we need a finalized deal and a long term deal. So this is the news we have for the China tariffs. So I appreciate you guys watching the video. If you made it this far, you're not subscribed, please make sure to subscribe. If you are subscribed, appreciate it. Drop a comment, let me know how you guys are doing. And if you're watching my videos and you don't like them, I don't know why you're still here. Write a negative comment, help the algorithm. Have a good weekend.